Hello, I'm Robyn Vogels, the owner of Plan for Australia and Personal Relocations. Thank you for joining me for another Ask Me Anything. This week's AMA, I'm getting a lot of questions of people saying, Australia is so big, where do I choose to live? So I just wanted to give a few pointers today on ideas, things other people have done after relocating people for 16 years. I've seen a lot of people change their mind, make up their mind, and their decision-making process. So obviously the first thing you need to think about is the lifestyle you're looking for in Australia. And Australia is quite diverse. Obviously, we've got beautiful hiking trails, we've got mountains, we've got snow, we've got beaches, probably best known for our beaches. So choose your lifestyle very carefully and what you're going to be doing outside of the working hours and how that might influence where you stay. Um, are you a person who enjoys movies? So you probably need to be closer to more of a city centre. Do you want the cafe lifestyle? Again, those sorts of things are important to consider whether you're going to go really country or whether you're going to want to be closer to the city. The next consideration would be financial. So financial, let's think about schools, for example. Not all state schools are free if you're a temporary visa holder. So in Victoria, the state of Victoria, that's the Melbourne area, schooling is free for temporary visa holders, but Sydney or New South Wales is not free. Neither is Brisbane, Queensland. So that's a consideration. Rents is another financial consideration. What sort of rental budget will you have? And again, the closer to a city you are, the higher the rent is going to be because there's more infrastructure around the house. It's not just about the house that you can see on realestate.com.au. Job prospects, again, closer to a city, but it might be that, so for example, I had a client who wanted the lifestyle of Central Coast, wanted a really wholesome country, beachy sort of lifestyle. So they chose the Central Coast. But as they were getting closer to their move date, they realized that job prospects within the mining industry were going to be a little bit better for them in the Newcastle area in steel manufacturing. So they changed and went to Newcastle. So those are things that are really important that you need to consider when choosing an area. Visa, obviously your visa, your eligibility. You might have a stronger chance of getting a visa in South Australia than you might in New South Wales, for example. You might also have restrictions on your visas. So we move a lot of medical doctors and they have to be without a certain radius of the major cities. Teachers can get relocation support if they're going to more rural areas. So there might, as I say, be restrictions on your visa that dictate where in Australia you want to live. Family and friends that are already here, that's really important. Don't underestimate the importance of having some sort of support structure around you when you arrive. That's so important. And don't forget, we've got the Movemates portal. So have a look for the Movemates portal. We'll pop the link in. But that's a way of meeting people that are on the same journey as you. And that's really, really powerful. And you perhaps don't realize that until you arrive in Australia. And then you sort of reaching out and saying, who else is also moved? So jump on the Movemates portal, connect with people. But family and friends that are already in Australia can be a strong magnet to where you want to live. And another thing I've seen people do is consider, let's say, Perth, for example, because it's got easier accessibility or shorter flights to get across to Europe or to South Africa or wherever you might be flying back home. So accessibility is another thing to definitely consider. But I hope that's given you some clues and some points of consideration. I'd love to see you at the Movemates portal. And don't forget, we've got the summit coming up, which is lots and lots and lots. We've got 20 different experts in different fields to help you move and settle into Australia. It's the biggest that I've ever known. And I'm certainly very excited to be part of it. And I'd love to see you there. In fact, I have 2 passes. So let's do this. Let's give away 2 passes. If you've watched this AMA and you would like 2 free passes, oh, no. Let's rephrase that. I've got 2 passes. So 2 people can win a pass. Now, obviously, it's an online forum. So if you get the whole family around or a bunch of friends that are also moving, you could use 1 pass to stream it to everybody in your lounge room. So I have 2 passes. What I want you to do to get a pass is comment below, yes, please, pick me, or something that you want to be chosen for the summit passes. And I'll put in an extra draw. I'll put your name in twice if I see that you're also joined the Movemates Facebook page. Okay? All right. So if you're interested, comment below, pick me, or yes, I'm interested. I'll put your name in the draw. If you want your name twice in the draw, I want to see that you've joined the Movemates Facebook page as well. I'll see you next week for the next AMA. Take care until then. Bye-bye.